Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you a quick video on the single target rotation for Rogue. For the talents that you want to take, you want to be taking either Weapon Master or Premeditation for the first row. If you're going purely single target, Weapon Master will be probably your best choice. This is really good for raid. Premeditation will change your rotation, so keep in mind that your next Shadow Strike grants up to 10 seconds of Slice and Dice. Everything else will be standard, including Shadow Focus, with all the rest of the talents. For Legendaries, I like to use Finality. This is the 25% more damage every time you use a finisher. You can also use Akari's if you're going purely single target. Another third tier option is also Bloodfang. So here we are at the training dummy. So you want to just Shadow Strike right away, and if you're running Premeditation, you don't need to Slice and Dice. You Rupture, Shadow Dance, Symbols of Death, Shadow Blades, and then you go into normal rotation using the Covenant ability. I use the Night Fae one. And you just want to have Shadow Dance up all the time, get your Rupture going, always make sure your Slice and Dice is going, and just spam Shadow Strike. Alright, so here's the Ravenholdt guide that they have, and I'll put all these links in the description. But basically, if we scroll down here on the game theory section, there's a opener section. So, like I said, with Premeditation, your opener is going to change a little bit. I like Premeditation, so let's start with this one first. The first thing you're going to do is Shadow Strike into a Rupture. And the reason you want to get your Rupture out right away is you want to get that bleed damage going. Right into a Shadow Blades, Symbols of Death, into a Shadow Dance, and then now into your Shadow Strike normal rotation. And the reason you want to Rupture right away is because you're going to start getting the bleed on him right away, and there's this thing called Pandemic where once you Rupture someone, you can actually get a safe amount of the duration. So let's say, for example, if you do a 2 combo point Rupture, like it says right here, you do a 2 combo point Rupture on the target and refresh it with a 5 combo point Rupture, the Pandemic value will be treated as a 5 combo point Rupture instead. So you don't lose out on, or you don't get penalized on refreshing your Rupture dot if there's 5 seconds left, or in this case 8.4 seconds for Rupture and 12.6 seconds for Slice and Dice. Okay, now with the opener without Premeditation, so it's pretty similar, except you're just going to be slicing and dicing manually. So what you'll do is you'll be in stealth, obviously. You'll Shadow Strike, Slice and Dice, then you'll go into your Shadow Blades, Symbols of Death, Shadow Dance, then you'll do Shadow Strike into a full combo point Rupture. Okay, so let's go back to that same clip we had earlier. I apologize for my screen, it's a little bit messy, but we'll work with it. So at the top left, I have the opener with Premeditation. The opener without Premeditation, I feel like is pretty self-explanatory. You just want to get your Slice and Dice rolling and do our full Rupture. So with Premeditation, if I play the clip here, we're gonna Shadow Strike right away into a Rupture, into all our cooldowns, Shadow Blades, Symbols of Death, Shadow Dance, our Covenant ability, and then we go straight into our full rotation while making sure Slice and Dice doesn't run out and getting our full Rupture on. Also, one small note about the Sub Rogue in general is we have Find Weakness, which is basically every time you Shadow Strike, you'll bypass the target's defenses, causing all your attacks to bypass 30% of the target's armor. So with this, you want to make sure this debuff is always on your target. If you have a Vanish available, you want to basically Vanish on cooldown and then Shadow Strike to get this debuff on them. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up the video. The only time you're going to differ from the rotation is obviously, fight specific. I know in Myth, the first boss takes 100% or 200% damage increase, so obviously, you want to save your Shadow Blades for that. Other bosses where you need priority targeting, you want to save your opener or something like that, but, it's going to be case-to-case basis, and, once you play Sub Rogue more and more, you'll learn when to use your cooldowns better. So what I'm going to do is play a couple clips and openers that I've been doing on beta, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks a lot.